Colleagues, my name is Honorable Gideon Gwani. I come from Kaduna State and I represent Kaura Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, my motion is on the violent attacks on the people of Kaura Federal Constituency of Southern Kaduna by unknown gunmen. That the House notes with grief the violent attacks on the 6th to 9th January 2017 at the villages of Tacharak, Adu, and Sonje village of Kagoro town in Kaura Federal Constituency of Kaduna State, which led to the death of 13 people. Also notes that despite the 24 hours curfew imposed in the area and the presence of men of the armed forces and the police, gunmen continued to attack villages and unleash mayhem while the security personnel deployed remained in the township. Recalls the resolution of Wednesday, June 24, 2015, in which the House urged the executive arm of the federal government to set up a high-powered committee to comprehensively address the incessant killings in Kaduna State and other parts of the country, which has not been complied with. The House do resolves that 1. Condemn the violent attacks in strong terms, sympathize with the traumatized victims, and observe a minute silence in honor of the dead. 2. Urge the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces to direct the Nigerian Armed Forces and the police to deal decisively with perpetrators of the attacks, be more proactive in identifying the exact areas of the attacks, and carry out a comprehensive security mapping to identify the base of the attackers in order to combat the menace. And 3, mandate the committees on Army, Air Force, Police Affairs, Interior, and National Security and Intelligence to analyze the situation and provide solutions to the security challenges in the area and report back to the House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I beg to move.
Second, honorable.
Moved by Honorable Gideon Gwani, and so second.
Honorable Gideon Gwani, and I represent Kaura Federal Constituency in Kaduna State. First and foremost, let me thank Mr. Speaker and my honorable colleagues for supporting and considering this motion as urgent and it is of public importance. Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, you will recall that in the past and of recent, there has been recent killings in my constituency, Federal Kaura constituency, which is part of Southern Kaduna, by unknown gunmen. These people attacked the villages as stated in the motion, the village of Tacharak, village in Adu, and Sonje. That is on the 5th of this January, 6th January, and 9th of this month of January 2017. During that attack, 13 members of my constituency lost their lives. And I did inform you people in my last motion that there is, up till now, there was 24-hour curfew in my constituency. And despite the fact that we had large number, that's the presence of armed military men, and we had police in the area, this did not deter the attackers from carrying out their attacks on the periphery of our villages, where I also inform you that when the gunmen were attacking, our vigilantes saw them coming and they were shooting towards our villages. They tried to repel these attackers. The police heard of the gunshots and they attacked. They rushed to the area saw the vigilantes trying to repel the attack. They supported the vigilantes, and the soldiers also had the attacks, came in their vehicle and saw the attackers attacking our villages. But they did not support. And while we were trying to ask them that, why are you not supporting? Support us to fight, repel the attackers. They told us they had no orders to carry out an attack on the attackers. Now, that was at that time when I brought the motion to you. And this action of the vigilantes and the mobile police, truly, we thank them for their resilience. If not for them, the damage would have been more than what I'm reporting to you today. And that our people, we have seen, when the attackers were coming, we saw them from a distance. These attackers, we are so worried. They are people who were wearing black. And the adult ones had in their midst child soldiers. From our own guessing, we guess that these child soldiers, looking at them, are at the ages of between 10 and 16 or 17 years old. And incidentally, what happened was that we saw them, the young children, carrying 2 automatic rifles, firing at our villages, and while also our vigilantes were trying to repel them back. But that was something of worry. It is happening in our constituency in southern Kaduna today. It happened in northeast, and probably after our place, it is going to go somewhere else. And we need to talk about this thing seriously, that we have militia men in our forest and in our hills and in the bush, that there is a very serious danger to the lives of Nigerians everywhere. Now, the attackers, as we have realized, in the main towns, they don't come attacking from the main towns. They attack the villages whose boundaries are with the forest, their boundaries are with the hills. So when they attack the remote areas and then they try to attempt to get into the towns and cause, they kill, they try to scare away and then destroy property. Now, Mr. Speaker, it is important I say this, because last week in some of our media reporting, some people were trying to downplay the level of destruction that has taken place over the period of years in southern Kaduna. In my constituency, since 2012, I have tried in this same chamber, moved several motions, and also my colleagues from southern Kaduna, members of the House of Reps, have also done that time without number. We have been traumatized over and over again. We moved these motions asking government to come and rescue us from these attacks, but to no avail. But we thank God today that we have cried out over and over, and today the government of the day, we have secured their attention. We have secured the attention of the international community, and we can see that, thankful to Mr. President, the Commander-in-Chief, who has directed and given marching orders to these armed forces and the police to move in. I'm happy to tell you, Mr. Speaker, that actually these few days that has passed, normalcy has returned to our area. But what I quickly want to say is that what these attackers have done to our constituency, and indeed southern Kaduna, is that people are losing their lives daily. They attack people when they go to farm. While you are in your farm, a sniper will kill you. While you go to do something, or you walk in a bush, in a pathway, moving from one village to the other, if they are there, they kill you. Our people are being attacked daily up to now. People are dying. We're hoping that as soldiers are moving in, these attacks will be reduced. Now, our people, again, our farmlands are being destroyed, and notably in the last 3 days, ginger and other crops have been stolen from our farms. Now, internally displaced people that were attacked and killed, the people who ran away from the Godo reporting you are hearing. Godo is near my constituency. You hear that of Gideon Wire, Pasakori. They have been, internally displaced people have moved into my area, into the main town where the fighting is not there. So these displaced people are being accommodated in houses. In southern Kaduna, we don't usually allow people to be gathered in a school as displaced people or refugee. We have adopted the principle of the Good Samaritan, that we are our neighbor's keepers. What we have done is to accommodate so many of them in our houses. And what is happening is that there is overcrowding in some houses. Where there are 5 members of a family living in one house, you find that there are now 30 in the house. There's overcrowding, and we are afraid that there might be an outbreak of disease because of this poor sanitation and the overcrowding. Now, again, Mr. Speaker, our people are subjected to untold hardship. Widows and orphans are in the increase because the men who go to farm are being killed. They are fathers and they are husbands. So we find that our widows and orphans are increasing daily. And that, Mr. Speaker, it is important to note that now in our towns and villages, their towns have been turned into a cemetery where every day we keep burying and we are living in between graves. It is so sad that we need these killings to stop so that our whole villages and towns will not be turned into a complete cemetery. Now, Mr. Speaker, those who are trying to downplay the level of destruction of lives and property in southern Kaduna through the media should be condemned, because we do have evidence in pictures, in documentations, and we can point to the area and the houses and graves, mass graves, that in which one of the graves, I participated with the present senator to take dead bodies, pick dead bodies and bury them into mass graves of 72. Now, there are also many graves like that. So 72 in one grave, mass grave. Now, we sincerely want to commend the president for his proactive action. We commend the military who are now, on a serious note, not like when I moved the motion, have now made sure that normalcy has returned. But they are now pursuing the attackers as we wanted. They are now going to the forest. They are combing the forest to make sure that these attackers leave our area. We hope that they will continue in this manner and that God will help them, and we pray that God will bless them too. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I want you to please support this motion and the prayers therein. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable